Welcome to the Cosmic Calendar Club. Our penultimate bi-weekly planning jam is upon us. Here is the calendar for this next 2 weeks, and as you can see, it is just chock-a-block with green energy, meaning go. It's time to move forward. The doors are open, the opportunities are there, the energy is pretty good. It's pretty accommodating. There's a little blip in the middle here that I'll tell you about, but the overall is looking really, really great. Lots of the construction man going to work, making a living, building out the structures. Okay, this is good energy around Saturn. Lots of old school computer discs, which are maybe a tad misleading in their symbolism, because this is not about stepping backward. This is about stepping forward into the future. Uranus is about technology and new inventions, new things. Maybe I ought to change that symbol, because I haven't seen a computer disc like that since the early 2000s, like 20 years or so. We used those things. So yeah, maybe not the best symbol, but it is about moving forward thinking, getting free too. Uranus is a planet of liberation, so this is about getting free of things that are limiting you or holding you in a place that you no longer need to be. Awesome. All right, today's March 17th, and this week we are in between eclipses. So the energy still feels really significant and maybe kind of ramped up like it has been for a while. The moon is now in the waning phase, so we're kind of closing out this lunar cycle. Still moving through the impact of that Virgo full moon eclipse, that Virgo full moon eclipse that took place on Friday morning, early Friday morning, March 14th. With the recent lunar eclipse trine Uranus, you might find that it's easier now to make changes and liberate yourself from a limiting or restrictive situation. Your thinking might have shifted and changed. The way that you go about your business, the way that you process your work may have subtly changed. And those changes can ripple out through the next 6 months and have that impact on your life. The eclipse picture may be about getting unstuck in some area of your life. And the eclipse itself, the lunar eclipse itself, had a very strong message with the Virgo moon conjunct the south node of the moon, that we're letting go of routines and processes, maybe thought processes, or maybe beliefs about what is correct and right. Letting go of those things to make space to expand into maybe a more spiritually appropriate way of being in the world, with that North Node in Pisces and all those Pisces planets that were hanging around that North Node in the sun at the time of that eclipse. There was Neptune and Saturn and a lot of Pisces energy going on too, drawing us forward. And Neptune is also really nearing the end of Pisces. Neptune is getting really close to the end, the last degree of Pisces. And the end of a sign is where we really dig into the deepest, darkest issues concerning that sign. Anyway, Mercury is now retrograde. Mercury went retrograde on Friday and stays retrograde until April 7th. So we are in the middle of Mercury retrograde, that process of review, those technical and logistical snafus that tend to come up during Mercury retrograde. That's all in the mix now, as well as Venus retrograde, which draws our energy and attention back to the past and also inward towards the process of self-love, It's like there's something within that kind of needs a little tweak or a little straightening out while Venus is retrograde. And another big thing coming up, big-ish, is the spring equinox on the 20th, on Thursday. So big picture. Let's go back and talk about Saturn sextile Uranus. Saturn sextile Uranus is going to invite clarity into your life. Clarity that invites you to separate from the past, to upgrade, to reform, or to invite more truth and authenticity into the structures that govern your life. Changes and separations are easier now. The structural changes in the relationship landscape, for example. And there has never been a better time to liberate yourself from the ties that have bound you up to now in some area of your life. For clues, you can look to the house that Saturn and Uranus, the houses that Saturn and Uranus are transiting for you. Saturn being around 23, 24 degrees of Pisces, and Uranus being around 23, 24 degrees of Taurus. Saturn sextile Uranus will hit exact in early April, on April 4th. But I bet you're already feeling it now. Check out this long string of beautiful green days that's available for us to work with and enjoy. And we are just at the beginning of this energy story too. Saturn sextile Uranus will come back around 2 more times. It starts now. It gets serious. We get the retrograde pass in the later summer, around August. And then the final pass resolves and wraps up the energy and brings it to a result early in 2026. Here are some key words from a book I love, Ayo Bonshoff, Anna Habler. The book is Keywords for Astrology. Saturn-Uranus combinations are about breaking through and renewing old structures, violating laws, the limits of freedom, the framework of freedom. Okay, this is about building a framework that allows you more freedom, like moving to a platform that's a better fit for you, for example. The right balance between traditional and modern. Above all, the sextile is a marker of opportunity. These opportunities are just starting to show up. So in your chart, make note of the affected houses. The house in your chart where Uranus is transiting in Taurus. The house of transiting Saturn, your Pisces house. The houses that Saturn and Uranus rule in your chart. These are houses that have Capricorn on the cusp or Aquarius on the cusp. Okay, that's how you suss out. And also the house where Saturn and Uranus were when you were born, too. Those have a say. Those might be the push that you are going for in order to make things happen. Nice. So let's dig into this week, March 17th, Monday. This week begins with the sun conjunct the moon's north node. The cosmic tide flows into the spaces that are left open by the clearing effect of the south node eclipse on March 14th. The already spiritually active Pisces sun then conjoins Neptune at the back door of Pisces. Okay, we see that sun conjunct Neptune here right before the sun enters Aries. So the sun's conjoining Neptune at the very back door of Pisces, really amping up the deepest issues and excesses of the Pisces vibration, especially in this Wednesday time frame, but you might feel it on Tuesday really strongly as well. But it's a signature of this week, the sun Neptune. This really amps up the deepest issues and excesses of the Pisces vibration, asking for letting go of your deepest fears and illusions as both planets, the sun and Neptune, prepare to cross the threshold into Aries. March 30th will be Neptune's first visit to Aries since the 1870s. No lie, 1870s, 150 years. Until this happens, until this crossing over the threshold is complete, you might experience deep confusion and disillusionment about something in your life, hidden things in your life, Piscean kind of inscrutable energies in your life. But remember, it's always the darkest right before you're about to have a breakthrough into incredible clarity. As one cycle closes down and another brand new cycle sees the first light of day in 150 years. It boggles the mind to think about these thresholds and these crossroads as they appear in the astrology right in front of us. Amazing. Later in the week, Wednesday through Friday, the Sun in retrograde Venus, which is now in Aries, the Sun is now in Aries, are going to sextile healing Pluto, the healing energy of Pluto, allowing for deeper understanding in close relationships. Your presence, your love will sextile, open up an opportunity for healing and transformation. Venus, Sun, sextile Pluto. Gifts can be very meaningful now. This is an opportunity to fix what's broken and transform a connection late in this week. So now let's talk about the weekend, the 22nd and the 23rd of March. As the Sun meets up with retrograde Venus, it's the middle point. It's the center point of Venus retrograde. So yay, we're halfway through as of this weekend. Yippee! So have a little fun and invite the healing energy of Pluto to the party if that seems appropriate to you. Yeah, here's Venus sextile Pluto on Friday. Here's the Sun following up sextiling Pluto on Sunday, and here they are making their exact contact in the sky on Saturday. So it looks like a pretty good weekend to me, but here is where we're coming up on the friction for the following week.